What is up, party people? It is Justin Langlois, and I am awkwardly holding my phone so you can see that it is book review time. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. I needed this in my life. Right place, right time. Great book. We read it as a group in our mastermind class with Blaine Strickland. So our mastermind group is made up of a bunch of commercial real estate juggernauts. We think in terms of like seconds and minutes and hours for our days. And I think everybody in this in our group really needed this book. At some point in time, we're all so concerned about checking boxes and knocking out to-do lists that we fail to realize why we do what we do and who we're doing it for. So I got a few notes that I'll look at as we review this book. First is the overall theme. So the overall theme of the book revolves around this idea that, of being productive and how it has just taken away precious time, family time, time with friends, personal time, whatever you're looking for. Oliver Burkeman talks about life hacks and management tricks and all these things that we've implemented in our lives. And the fact that, you check a little box and whatever app you're using makes a cute little bell sound and like releases an endorphin, and it's great. Like you just got something done. But these hacks, they just leave us feeling depleted. And in most cases, they make us more anxious than when we actually initially started. So for many of us, we spend our free time working on constructive things, like we're thinking and we're working. And very, very few of us can actually just stop and pause and shut our brains down. I don't care if I'm having a conversation with my wife or one of my kids at the dinner table. I'm sure I'm just like a lot of you. There's this like little bitty part in my brain that's always thinking about work or thinking about what I need to do next or how I could have done something better earlier in the day. Or my favorite is like, next time I see that guy, this is what I'm going to say. And then I'm just a coward and I don't say it. I was skeptical about the book initially. I mean, one of the things I thought about was like, is this one of these like weird, life could end tomorrow type books, which is an absurd notion. And he even brings that up, that it's kind of this absurd concept that a lot of people hold on to. But what he really drives home is that time is finite. One of the things that I love about Kevin McKee at the chapel where we go to church is he brings this analogy up of having like a child that lives with you through the age of 18 and then they're off to college. So let's say you got a daughter, she's 15 years old. You got about 940 weeks with her, 18 years roughly of time to spend. But very few of us think about the last 3 years. She's 15 years old. She's going to leave in 3 years. I got like 140, 150 weeks to hang out with her. When I change my mentality and remind myself that the time I have with this person is precious and it's finite, things really, really come into perspective. My favorite part of the book was when Berkman starts talking about procrastination. We all have it. We're all guilty of it. I know we all have that friend that finishes stuff way before other people. But I guarantee you there's this weird part of that person's life where they wait till the very last minute to get things done. So he has 3 tips for procrastinators, all of which I use now. I think I used a little bit before, but I wasn't giving him credit for it. Pay yourself first. It's the first one on the list. This is a financial concept that Mike Michalowicz brings up in his book Profit First, which has single-handedly changed the way that Michelle and I in my office handle our money. The concept is simple. You take your profit first, you pay everybody second. So paying yourself first in terms of 4,000 weeks is the first 30 minutes of the day, hour of the day, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Spend that time with yourself. Pay yourself first, reward yourself, whether it's a meeting with yourself, something you want to review, maybe you want to spend a little time in the Bible, or it's something you're reading, something you want to reflect on. Start your day there. The second thing is limit your work in progress. So what he means by that is we are constantly just adding stuff to the boat, We're loading ourselves down. Just limit the amount of projects that you take on. I know this sounds like a very simple concept, but it's something that we can all work on to improve. And then the last thing he brings up is limiting our mid-level opportunities, or priorities rather. He brings up this analogy of Warren Buffett, how Warren Buffett told his pilot, come up with the 25 things you want to accomplish in life. Pilot thinks about it. He then goes back to the pilot and he goes, all right, rank them in order. The top 5 are actually the things you need to focus on. So that's how Burkeman breaks down what's important. For me, it's things like my faith, my family, my work, my personal health. And then the 5th is just kind of like everything else that falls into that bucket, whatever I'm feeling like, really. All in all, awesome book. I'd highly recommend it. Just remind yourself, when you're attempting to manage all these things in the future, there's a missed opportunity there of like just enjoying what's happening in the present. Again, I'm no Confucius or Nostradamus, but all these concepts are super helpful. Enjoy the book. Peace.